What's going on today, guys? So in this video I'm going to be working on the truck. Previously we worked on Sam's fuel cell, so I thought, why don't we work on mine? I got this guy here. It's a 17 gallon because I'm kind of sick of having the fuel cell in the back, and this looks just janky. It was one of Sam's first welding things. Yeah, you want to explain yourself, Sam? You want to explain these wells that leak?
I was a young lad, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
So,
and I made it all by myself, completely free for my buddy. Didn't cost him a dime.
I had to buy the aluminum. Or no, I didn't. No, I didn't, because you supplied that. Never mind. Anyways, it's great for a free fuel cell. It's worked wonders. But today we're going to be installing this guy. It's had it for over a year now, so I thought it's time now that it's coming spring.
Don't want to rush these things.
So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take off the roll pan here, just so that we don't have to worry about scratching it or anything like that. And then we got to figure out what we got to do to mount it. So I drew this thing up and got it punched out at work. It kind of fits okay. We're going to see if it works. If not, I guess we'll maybe do something similar to Sam's with the angle iron, but I think this will work. And then we're just planning on mounting it up underneath. Let me see if I can't get a better shot of it. Basically where the fuel pump is currently, we're gonna have to take that all down, move some wiring around, but for the most part it should be pretty self-explanatory. I think this is gonna be a little easier than Sam's, just because we don't have to worry about rust in our eyes, and there's less cross members to cut out, so we'll find out. But first thing we're gonna do is take off the roll pan. So. Alright, we got the tailgate off and the roll pan off. So now we gotta work on getting the fuel pump off and move all this wiring. I don't know if I'm gonna have to remove this cross member. I got a feeling I will. And I didn't even think about that. Hey. Yikes. That's alright though. But we'll find out once we get the fuel line down. Then I'll try and use the pump to actually pump the fuel out. I'm gonna see if I can set up in my I don't know, Phi-Tech thingy, well, the controller, if I can send it to pump it all out. Otherwise, I know what wires I need to just run it to so we can get all the fuel out of this. Then it's just 4 bolts, and then I gotta get all the fittings off, and this guy will be out of here. So I think that's what we're gonna start working on next. All right, so we got the old fuel cell out. Sam had suggested welding these up, but I think I'm just gonna put plugs in these holes. Holy cow! Just because I don't want to strip off all this bed liner and have to recoat it and all that stuff. So we're just gonna find some plastic plugs or whatnot. So the plan is we got to take out, that's the return line, and then work on getting the wiring for the tail lights out of the way, and then get the fuel pump out of the way, and then mock up the fuel cell to see if I'm gonna have to cut this guy out or not. And if I don't have to, that'd be ideal, but I got a feeling I'm going to have to. All right, so we mocked it up in there, and Sam and I are thinking we're gonna be just fine just notching this guy out. Just because I can't go any further while still retaining my shocks. Eventually, when I do put the Hemi in here, I'm gonna be doing a 4-link in here, so those shocks won't be there. So when that happens, we'll try and suck it up a little further. But until then, I think we're gonna be probably an inch or two off the frame, cutting these guys out, or notching it I should say, and then bolting it up as best I can. I'm hoping it'll be hidden mostly by the roll pan. If not, I mean, it's not the end of the world, so. All right, so Sam and I have decided to go a slightly different route. We drilled the holes and everything, and we were hitting the cross member here. So I'm thinking we're just gonna cut it all out. And before we do that, we're gonna put this 3-inch steel tube that I've got right here behind, because I assume this gives the rear end a little bit of strength. So we want to put this in here before we cut this out. But then once we cut this guy out, we'll be able to suck up the fuel cell quite a bit closer to the bed, making it so we actually won't be able to see it from out behind the truck. So that's going to look better. And then also, I don't know, I've wanted to get rid of that cross member for a while, so that's what we're gonna do. We're probably just gonna cut this guy up, weld it in place, and call it a night, because Sam's got work in the morning and it's a little late. So we'll set you guys up and get going. All right, so Sam just finished welding in the little cross member here. I'm probably gonna call it for tonight, just because it's late, like I said earlier. When we come back, we're gonna cut out that other cross member, and then all we got to do, hopefully then we'll be able to actually cinch it up pretty close to the frame. This will be pretty much as sucked up as it's going to be. I'm hoping that the outlets on this guy are still going to be with enough clearance, but I think that we will. I still got to order some fittings, so like I said, we're going to call it there for tonight. We'll bring you back when we're back working on this. All right, so I'm back working on the truck. Last time Sam and I got this guy welded into the truck. Today I just came over here after work, so probably not going to get a whole lot done, but what I plan to get done is, if I can get my light on, is remove this guy here, this cross member that's no longer needed since we put this guy in. And once this guy's out of there, then I can bolt the fuel cell in here with, should be able to bolt it straight to the frame where we drilled the holes here. So I'm gonna start getting out the angle grinder and start cutting this guy out. All right, so I got both sides all ground down. They're as flush as I can get to the frame. So I'm gonna have Joe hand me the fuel cell, and then we're gonna see if it actually fits up here. And I hope that it does, or else all this was for nothing. So, careful, I got it. All right.
Yeah, you got about a 1/4 inch room.
But it's sitting flush on the frame rails?
Looks to be.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Even on this side, it seems like it's off.
No, it's just the metal's a little warped. If you push up on it, it's flush.
Okay. Alright guys, so it seems to fit okay. Hopefully I got a decent clip of that to actually show the fitment of it. It seems like it'll fit everywhere. These holes are not going to work anymore. I also might need to actually cut these guys a little bit just to clear the back of it, but I think that'll be just fine. Looks like the filler is going to be perfectly spaced in between these two cross members, so that's good. The vents are going to be in between these two, so that's also good. And then it also looks like the outlet and return is going to be hidden by the fuel cell, so everything's looking pretty good. I'm going to end it here for this video today. Well, maybe not this video, but for today I'm going to stop working just because a little tired. But yeah, I will pick this back up, and from there we're gonna get it mounted to the frame, figure out how we're gonna do that, and then take it all down, make sure I paint everything back, and then we'll work on getting the plumbing done. And for that I ordered some 1/2 inch stainless tube, just because I didn't want to do soft lines the entire length of the truck. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing that right now, but eventually that's what the plans are for with the Hemi. So I might, while I'm doing all this, work on that. But yeah, that's going to be about it. What's going on, guys? So a little bit has happened since the last video. I don't really remember where I left off, but since then I've gotten the fuel cell mounted up. I still need to replace the fuel sending unit, and then also I need to put a vent on and block off the other port on the top of the fuel cell. But unfortunately I didn't video all this, but I cut the hole out of the bed. Fuel cell is mounted in there. Got a fuel door. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to fix this too here, but that's future down the line. Today I'm gonna be trying to get those fittings on the top and then run some lines and hopefully be done with the fuel cell today, because Sam and I have got some other things to work on. So I'm gonna get started on dropping that fuel cell again, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I don't know if looked like the GoPro died on me, but we basically finished up wiring up the fuel pump. This is obviously all the zip ties need to be trimmed and everything like that. I extended the wire here for the fuel pump. It looks a little sketchy, but I'll be redoing this with heat shrink and everything. But for tonight, we wanted to make sure that everything worked and nothing leaked. So right now, we don't have the right fittings. I'm gonna have to get the right fittings for everything. So right now, I'm using the clamps. They are fuel injection style clamps, but they're on the AN style hose that's braided. It doesn't clamp super tight. I'm hoping it doesn't leak. I guess we'll find out. If it does, then I guess we'll have to deal with that. but grounded it to the frame. There's a little screw here to the frame. Power's still there. I haven't ran the sender wire because, of course, I buried it in here somewhere. I think I can get to it from my little access panel from underneath, or from above, I should say. So hopefully I'll be able to get to that. But Sam and I are gonna put some gas in this, see if it's gonna leak initially, and then after that we're gonna see if we can't get this thing started. All right, here comes the moment of truth. I'm gonna put gas in it, and we'll find out if I missed anything.
More likely that we did than we didn't. Oh, swing and a miss.
I'm leaking from
Wow.
damn. This isn't tight. Nice. Well, we're not gonna find many leaks now. There's a leak. It's leaking from the.
I got that there right before it started leaking.
So we're definitely in the sump. So I guess. Hope that that's just from the.
Yeah, it's just from what came across the top of the tank.
Okay, hope so.
Sucking fuel. One more time.
Is it leaking?
No.
Nothing? I'm not seeing any leaks?
Run it a couple more times. Yeah, it's leaking right here. When the fuel pump stops, it burps right out of here.
Okay.
Get a different fitting for here and a different fitting probably for here.
Yeah.
When you're buying them.
Yeah, I think that'll be easy enough though.
Yeah, I don't know. It shouldn't be a big issue.
Can I see if he starts?
Okay.
That pump is sucking air.
It must be.
Because that sounds way louder than it should be.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Because like when it stops, it's enough force. When the pump stops, the velocity of the fuel burping fucking fuel out
Yeah,
of it.
it's. I gotta get those fittings. But
Yeah.
hey, look at that! It kind of works.
It actually starts now, which is good.
Yeah.
Hasn't started this smooth ever.
Well, that was all to do with the ground,
Yeah.
which is.
Still. It's always the simple things that'll get you the worst.
All right, so I think I'm gonna call it there. I'm not gonna be filming the replacement of the other fittings. I mean, this is mostly boring stuff anyways, but I'm gonna be replacing all the fittings where we just used the hose clamps. I didn't think that they were gonna work, but I was hopeful. So I gotta get some ANs to go to the fuel filter and to the fuel pump, and then after that we should be good to go. Looks like we don't have any leaks on the tank side. Looks like it's actually pulling fuel like it should, so that's good. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like the video and consider subscribing. See you next time.